Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Today I'm going to explain a little bit about Piaget's theory of cognitive development in educational psychology. Before that, let me introduce our group members first. First one is Muhammad Naim Rushdie bin Juanuddin Hood. His metric number is 215889. The second one is myself, Nur Najwa Shafika binti Muhammad Chwahi, and my metric number is 216420. And the last one is Bernice Puah Shetong. Her metric number is 215016. So, that's all about our members. Next, I will tell you about the introduction of Piaget. What is Piaget? Piaget's theory of cognitive development is a comprehensive theory about the nature and development of human intelligence. It was originated by the Swiss developmental psychologist Jean Piaget. Piaget's theory is mainly known as a developmental stage theory. In Piaget, there have 4 stages. The first one is sensory-motor stage, which is from birth to 2 years old. The second stage is pre-operational stage, from 2 until 7 years old. Third stage, concrete operational stage, from 7 to 11 years old. And the last one is formal operational stage, 12 and up. Stage 1, the sensory-motor stage. During this earliest stage of cognitive development, infants and toddlers acquire knowledge through sensory experience and manipulating objects. A child's entire experience at the earliest period of this stage occurs through basic reflex, sense and motor response. About their characteristic, number 1, know the world through movement and sensation. Number 2, learn about the world through basic actions such as sucking, grasping, looking, and listening. Number 3, learn that things continue to exist even when they cannot be seen. For example, object permanence. Number 4, realize that they are separate beings from the people and objects around them. Number 5, realize that their action can cause things to happen in the world around them. During the sensory-motor stage, children go through a period of dramatic growth and learning. As kids interact with their environment, they continually make new discoveries about how the world works. Next stage, stage 2, pre-operational stage. The foundation of language development may have been laid during the previous stage, but the emergence of language is one of the major hallmarks of the pre-operational stage of development. And for their characteristic, number 1, begin to think symbolically and learn to use words and pictures to represent objects. Number 2, tend to be egocentric and struggle to see things from the perspective of others. And number 3, getting better with language and thinking, but still tend to think in very concrete terms. At this stage, kid learns through pretend play but still struggle with logic and taking the point of view of other people. They also often struggle with understanding the idea of constancy.
I'm going to change pencil. Okay, this one.
What color?
Pink!
Okay. Let's start drawing.
Yes.
What are you gonna draw?
A
heart maybe? A cat maybe?
A cat!
Okay.
Okay, I just gotta draw a cat face.
Okay.
We should change. Yeah, look, my cat. I just changed it. Wait. Wait, okay, I like this one. You know what? I'm gonna tap this one. Great! I got an ad! What's our name on the ad?
Just skip lah. Just skip that.
Yeah, I want to see that. Wait, I already downloaded that in my tablet.
Stage 3. Concrete operational stage. While children are still very concrete and literal in their thinking at this point in development, they become much more adept at using logic. The egocentrism of the previous stage begins to disappear as kids become better at thinking about how other people might view a situation. And for their characteristic, number 1, begin to think logically about concrete events. Number 2, begin to understand the concept of conversation. For example, that the amount of liquid in a short, white cup is equal to that in a tall and skinny glass. Number 3, thinking become more logical and organized, but still very concrete. And number 4, begin using inductive logic or reasoning from specific information to a general principle. While thinking becomes much more logical during the concrete operational stage, it can also be very rigid. Kids at this point in development tend to struggle with abstract and hypothetical concepts.
Okay, kali ni kita akan buat eksperimen. Abang ada 3 cawan dekat depan ni. 2 cawan ni abang akan isikan air. Okay, antara 2 cawan ni, mana yang lagi banyak? Sama banyak. Antara 2 cawan ni, isi padu yang mana paling banyak? Ke dua-dua cawan sama banyak? Isi padu sama banyak. Sebab apa?
Tadi kan cawan dia saya tahu isi padu yang sama. Dia tuangkan yang cawan dia biasa sekali.
Okey. Okey. Sekarang ni abang ada duit sini. Abang akan susun atas meja ni. Sekarang ni ada 2 baris duit shilling. Antara 2 baris ni, baris yang mana mempunyai duit shilling yang banyak? Ataupun adakah dua-dua baris ni sama banyak? Dua-dua baris sama banyak. Okey, kalau abang buat macam ni. Antara 2 baris duit shilling ni, mana yang lagi banyak? Ke sama banyak? Sama banyak. Kenapa? Ini.
This is the last stage, stage 4, formal operational stage. The final stage of Piaget's theory involves an increase in logic, the ability to use deductive reasoning and understanding of abstract ideas. At this point, adolescents and young adults become capable of seeing multiple potential solutions to problems and think more scientifically about the world around them. And for their characteristic, number 1, begins to think abstractly and reason about hypothetical problems. Number 2, begins to think more about moral, philosophical, ethical, social and political issues that require theoretical and abstract reasoning. Number 3, begins to use deductive logic or reasoning from a general principle to specific information.
Sembilan 11